You're listening to the How to Talk to Girls podcast with your dating coach, Trip, from tripadvice.com. Do you struggle with getting girls to like you? Well, you're going to learn step-by-step how to talk to girls to create deep connections and meet the woman of your dreams. Here's your host, me, Trip. Hello and welcome to the How to Talk to Girls podcast. I'm your host, Trip Kramer from tripadvice.com. Welcome to another episode. Here we are. Today we're talking about one of the most popular topics on dating advice, which is approach anxiety. I take that back. I don't know if it's the most popular advice. I mean, if you look at all my videos on YouTube, I like to look at my videos to see kind of like what has more views and more reaction to it, because that tells me, what guys want to learn about. And there's an interesting divide here. It's like, I know that guys struggle the most with approaching women, yet my videos on the struggle of approaching women don't do that well. I never even put those out anymore because I know that that's not what guys want to hear about on YouTube. They want to hear more about kissing and flirting and touching and sex and texting, all those things. So I give more of that information. But here on the podcast, I know we can go deeper into some issues. I don't know. I just want to share that with you. I just think that's really funny that guys have so much trouble with approaching women, yet it's not really what they're wanting to learn about, at least on YouTube. So here we are. We're talking about this today. And I revisit this topic probably at least every 10 to 20 episodes. So I definitely have a lot of information on anxiety and approach anxiety. So if you're just listening to this and you're really interested in learning about the topic and defeating your approach anxiety, there's other episodes that you can listen to. So just scroll through, whether you're on iTunes or Stitcher, and check those out. Now, also want to give a quick update before we get into the episode is that I do have spots available for coaching. So if you are interested in getting coaching, I want you to go to tripadvice.com/coaching. Go there and you can learn all about the program that I've put together. And it's with my head coach, Spencer Burnett. He puts together a 12-week program, which is mind-blowingly incredible. The guys who are joining this program are getting the most insane results. Spencer tells me, every week what guys are doing in there. I'm talking getting girlfriends, losing their virginity, breaking out of their comfort zone. I mean, really, the results are just incredible. So I want you to go check it out, tripadvice.com/coaching. See if it's a good fit for you. And if you think it's a good fit for you, you can apply, and Spencer will get on a 30-minute call with you and further see if you're a good fit and see if it's something that is going to help you. So check that out, tripadvice.com/coaching. All right, let's get into the episode. So I'm not going to go into a whole big breakdown about approach anxiety, but I am going to give you a technique. Okay, I'm going to be giving you a technique that I've found works for me and has worked for other guys as well. And it's something that I've never taught before because it's kind of like the last resort, okay? It's the last resort. It's like, if we can, work with your limiting beliefs first before we get you to approach women, and that doesn't work, we go to the next step, which is what I'm going to be teaching you today. Now, the limiting beliefs is kind of going over things like you got to realize rejection isn't a big deal. You're going to get rejected no matter what. You have to get used to it. Understand that women do want to meet you. They're not trying to reject you, but it's just new to them sometimes when they get approached, or maybe they're uncomfortable or having a bad day. So all those, kind of inner thoughts and limiting beliefs we try to tackle, which I've talked about on other episodes. But really today I want to get into more of a practical tip. Okay, practical tip. And that is this, is that sometimes when you don't want to do something and your brain is telling you no, and your brain is saying all these things like, no, don't do it, you're going to get rejected, this is scary, and just pounds you with all kinds of thoughts and terrible emotions, and you're scared and you're freaked out, and it's just really, really powerful to the point where sometimes it's almost paralyzing, okay? Paralyzing. So what I want you to do is, sometimes it's hard to stop the thoughts, and you can't stop the thoughts. So what can you do? Well, you can start physical movement, okay? So I've found that sometimes just focusing on your actual physical movement, even though your brain is going crazy, that is what can push you to take action. So what do I mean is that you say you see a girl and you're at a bar, you're at a party, and your brain is just like, don't do it, don't do it. This is scary. Stay right here. Stay in your comfort zone. It's so nice here. It's so comfortable. Oh, what if she has a boyfriend? What if you get rejected? What if this? What if that? What if people hear you? What if you get embarrassed? Right? It's only going towards the negative. So I've found that sometimes while that's going on, simultaneously, you can start moving your feet closer and closer to the girl. Okay? So what I mean is that even though that your brain is telling you no, I want you to get your body to say yes. Okay, so this is easier said than done, but it works. Okay, so you see a girl over there, just focus on putting one foot in front of the other. Again, this is like last resort, like you're so paralyzed. Just focus on moving. And then you're just going to be walking towards her, and your brain's going to be like, nope, 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 nope. But you're just going to keep walking, and you're just going to focus on literally one foot in front of the other. Keep going until finally you're going to be at the point of no return. You're going to be right next to her, and then, boom, you're just going to deliver your line. Okay, so I want to get you to the point of no return. And this is by focusing on physical movement. This can happen during the day too. You see a girl, she's beautiful, she's walking, you want to go approach her, you want to say something. If you've listened to my material, watched my YouTube videos, taken my Hooked program, then you know some of the common lines we could use. Here's one. You see a girl, you say, hey, I saw you over here. You look very nice. I wanted to say hi. Okay, so there you go. You're armed with an opener, and you see the girl, and you just focus on walking over there. It's like it's as if you're playing a game. It's like you versus your brain. And your brain's going, nope, nope, nope. And your body is going, yes, I'm just going to go. I'm just going to go. I'm just going to go. Okay? So I want you to almost like kind of give in to the movements of your body to take one step after the other. Now, another common tip that you may have heard is the 3-second rule. Now, as much as I love the 3-second rule, and I think it's very practical, see a girl, you got to go up in 3 seconds. Sometimes it doesn't work. It just doesn't work. Is that you go up, you see a girl and you want to go up to her, and you can't. Okay, you can't. Well, that's because you're so new to this, right? Someone who has been doing this over and over and over, approaching many, many girls, it's a little bit easier for them to do the 3-second rule. I feel like that tip is more practical for guys who have a little bit more experience, because guys, even myself, still have approach anxiety. It's not as paralyzing as in the very beginning. So that's a good time to use the 3-second rule. Just like, oh, see a girl, okay, go talk to her, go walk, go, 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 start the conversation. But for the guy like you who's listening right now, who's so new, who's maybe done it once when they were drunk and never done it before, or they used to do it a lot, I don't know, a year ago, and then they got into a relationship and then got out, and now they're kind of back into this, and they're like, oh, the fear is there again, or whatever the situation is. This is going to be a good tip for you, is to get focused on your body moving one foot after the other. Okay, so your brain is saying all the things to you, but you're overpowering it with movement. And what's cool is you do get to a point of no return. Like once you're a couple feet away from her, your brain's going to start going, okay, this is it. We're here. We're in it. We're doing it. And it's going to shut up. Okay, it only makes all those excuses when the girl is kind of distant from you physically, like she's kind of far away, she's at the other end of the bar, or she's walking away from you. Sometimes you're going to be in a situation where the girl is right next to you. Okay, so it's very simple. Just tap her on the shoulder. Just tap her on the shoulder. Okay, so that's going to be your movement there. Sometimes she's like in front of you, but her back is turned to you, and maybe it's crowded, so it's going to be hard to get in front of her, and you're going to make all these you're going to make all these excuses to not get in front of her because people are in the way or she's talking to friends. Just tap her on the shoulder. So just focus on movement. Get your hand up in the air and just tap her. Okay, this is going to take a lot of mental strength a lot of mental strength. But this is probably something you've never thought about before. Okay, and this is for guys who are just like, I want to fucking beat this already. I'm sick of this. I'm sick of having all these opportunities just fall by the wayside. All these opportunities are right there, right? Which reminds me of that one quote, right? The definition of luck is when you have an opportunity plus preparation, right? An opportunity presents itself with preparation. So that's kind of what this is going to be all about, right? There's going to be a little bit of luck to it. Not luck in the sense of spirituality, like, oh, lucky and serendipitous and it just fell in my lap. Like, no, you're going to go out there and approach girls. You're going to get good at this. You're going to get good at meeting women in person, okay? And then there's going to be an opportunity where there's going to be a woman in the elevator or on the bus or at a party or at the bar that you go out to one night, and you're going to know what to do because you've already done it. And you're going to say, oh, okay, I want to talk to her. She seems nice. She's very attractive. I'm going to go over and talk to her. And then you're going to be ready to go. The problem is that's never going to happen unless you're going out and practicing this. On my last episode of the podcast, the one right before this one, I talk about why online dating apps suck. Okay? Now, I don't truly mean that. I do think it's okay to be on the apps and do that in the background. But honestly, with the competition these days, so many people on the apps, I just don't think it's as awesome as it was maybe a few years ago. Okay, when it just wasn't everyone on the apps, and now you're just back to normal competition. And that's okay. I'm glad that the apps kind of suck now. I really am. I'm glad because I think it's like, great, apps kind of suck now. Back to doing what we were meant to be doing. Okay, which is going out and talking to people in person, which is going to build the skill, because eventually, no matter what, unless you want an internet girlfriend, and that's weird, okay, eventually you're going to be in person with them. You're going to be in person with them, and you're going to have to build attraction. Whether you like it or not, trust me, she's barely attracted to you when she's texting you on an app and when you guys meet up. I guess we can say she's pre-attracted, which is just fancy for her. She's interested in you. Okay, she's interested. She's interested, she's intrigued, but that doesn't mean she's attracted yet, nor is she invested. And that's what you do when you're in person with her, when you're on the date with her. May I remind you that I talk about how to get a girl invested and attracted in depth in my Hooked program, which you can always check out at getherhooked.com. Don't forget to check that out because that's the program steps A to Z to teach you how to do all this stuff and put it together in a nice package for you so you don't have to bounce around to podcasts and make it kind of choppy for yourself. But I digress. Again, we're talking about the practicing of going up to women, beating the approach anxiety, making your foot move one step in front of the other. And you know what happens? Something really cool happens is you'll go up to a girl, you'll talk to her, even if you get a really bad reaction where the girl's like, no thank you, or I don't want to talk to you, or I'm just with my friends tonight, I'm just hanging out with my friends tonight, or just blatantly ignores you, you're going to walk away and you're going to feel a little bit of that sting of like, oh, that doesn't feel good, oh, I got a bad reaction. But what's cool is you're also going to have simultaneously a very powerful, positive feeling inside of you that you did it. Because really, it's pretty awesome. I'd hope you'd understand this for yourself, but it's pretty awesome for you to be able to go up and just do it. I mean, honestly. There's going to be a time where you're going to go up to a girl and you're going to say hey to her, and it's going to be a great interaction. And you might even get a date. You might even take her home that night. You never know what's going to happen with this girl. She could be your next girlfriend for all that you know. And then you're going to look back and you're going to say, wow, all those times I decided not to go up to a girl, what if that happened? Right? So guys are always what if on the negative. What if she's a boyfriend? What if she rejects me? What if she embarrasses me? What if people see me? But our brains aren't wired for the positive in a situation like this because, our brains are wired to make us survive. So fear is very important to have. But in this situation, it's not. Okay, we need to beat the fear in this situation. I want to get you to the point where your brain is like, you're in more pain for not going up and talking to her than actually going up and talking to her, right? Because you have all that anxiety before going up to talk to her because you feel like it's going to not go well. I want you to be like, whoa, I got to talk to this girl. And if I don't get to talk to her as fast as I can in 3 seconds, I'm going to miss out on something that could be awesome. Because what if she's awesome? What if I find out she's a really cool girl? What if I find out that she's as cool as she is beautiful? What if I find out that she could be a new friend that can introduce me to her friends? What if I find out that this could be a new business connection? What if I find out that I can have an enjoyable experience with her, even if it's just a conversation? That's where I want to get you to. But you don't know that yet because you don't have that experience of having the positive interaction with the girl. You might only have interactions that have been negative, but we can't think about it this way. If anything, the ultimate is not even thinking about whether she's going to react positively or not react positively. It's really about just getting in there and getting the experience. There is never a bad outcome from going and approaching a girl. Ever, 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 ever. Doesn't matter how she reacts to you, whether it's amazing or terrible, it's practice. Like practicing the guitar. Pick up a guitar. Okay, maybe you have a bad practice session and it doesn't work out. You know, you're not playing the songs that you really wanted to. You're having a really hard time pressing the chords, getting those chord changes. Okay, maybe it wasn't the most fun, but you know deep down inside that you got a little bit better that day. I want that for you. I want you to walk away saying, you know what? I didn't get the outcome that I wanted, but I got a little bit better that day. I got a little bit better today. And that's the real outcome that we're looking for. We're looking for that outcome. The outcome of I did it. I took action. I created movement. I said, fuck it. I'm putting one foot in front of the other here. Putting one foot in front of the other, making movement, not listening to the brain and the thoughts because your brain's working against you, and going more towards the physical aspect of saying, well, if brain's going to work against me, body is going to work for me, and moving and grooving and getting up to that girl and making it happen. So that's today's episode. Hope this has motivated you, given you a little technique. Don't forget, if this is just a huge struggle for you, you have a couple of options. You can go check out the Hooked program at getherhooked.com. You can sign up for coaching and apply for it because we have spots open right now. tripadvice.com/coaching. We are here. We're available to you. I'm always going to be here. TripAdvice is not going anywhere. We're 7 years strong. Our community is growing bigger and bigger. And we work hard to make sure that you get the goal.